Am I the asshole for not telling my wife prior to lunch with family that I was paying? My wife and I, along with a mother and aunt, went out to lunch today. The previous day, my wife and I had agreed we should try to pay for our own share of the bill rather than having my mother or aunt get it. Last night, around 11 p.m., after my wife had gone to sleep, I had a conversation with my mother that I would grab the check rather than mess around and fight over the bill. I did forget to mention this to my wife. I work overnights and had just started my shift, and by the end of the shift, I had forgotten. So anyway, at lunch today, when the check came, they asked if we were wanting separate checks or all in one. I responded, all in one is fine. Then my wife said she had thought we were getting our own. I said we could just get it. This maybe happened over 2 or 3 seconds and I didn't think much of it. After lunch, she was mad because I put her in a position where she said she came off very inconsiderate with her comment about getting her own checks, and thus others would be paying their own. I assured her no one thought that and it was not a big deal, but she was still angry that I had put her in that position, and she would have never said anything if I had told her prior to lunch. I apologized for not letting her know in advance, as I never want to hurt my wife's feelings, but I maintain that it wasn't a big deal. No one thought that she was being inconsiderate at all. It's not about the money at all. Everyone at the table could easily afford treating everyone else. She is mad about the position that I put her in. I really don't think this is a big deal. The whole interactions was 3 seconds tops, and no one thought anything of it. So, am I the asshole?
I feel like this is something that we would argue over. I feel like this is something you would do, and this is something I would get upset over.
I am
Not
offended.
to call you out.
I am offended.
But it also is kind of like a minor issue.
Want more stories like this? Check out our podcast. Search Thread Talk on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube.